everybody, it's Connie with SimplySimpleStamping.com. I've got a really fun flashcard for you today. Why? Because it's kind of a 2-for-1. We're going to be making 2 flashcards, but we're only going to use one of the flashcard pieces, and it's Flashcard 2.0. I created these really fantastic cards using the one tag for all with the matching punch. It's a fabulous little card set. Let's go ahead and get started with our cards. All right, so to create our flashcards, let's talk about the cardstock that we need. We're going to be using 2 card bases. I've got one in Soft Sky. This one, it is cut at 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. It is kind of important it be that direction because of how we're going to use the ribbon. I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This one is cut 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 and scored at 4 1/4. Both of these cards are going to fit perfect into a medium-size envelope. Now my flashcard pieces are a little bit different. I'm going to be using some Designer Series paper today. This is from the Subtles Designer Series paper stack, and I've got that in pink Pirouette, and then my flashcard layering piece 2.0, that is in Whisper White. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we're going to come in and give this a nice scallop, and I've got my scallop border punch, and you can see this is a really simple punch to use. You just use the images right there on the side to line it up and get it punched real super pretty. There we go. And I'm going to set that off to the side. So as I said, we're going to be using the one tag fits all stamp set along with the note tag punch that goes with it. Because see, it's got that really great tag already in it. But I want to show you a trick that I did with this stamp set. Guys, I went and took my a pair of paper snips, and you can see I separated all of my stamps because I might want to use this a little bit separately, or I might want to put, you know, the gem at an angle. But if you will just cut it straight, don't do any additional trimming. I think you can see I've got a big wad of rubber right there, but look what happens when I piece it together. I know I can get it perfectly straight. And guys, I did that with all of my stamps. So I've got the Smokey Slate ink pad out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my tag down here in the bottom corner of my card, and I'm now going to come in with the tag punch, and we're going to punch this out. But guys, there's one thing I want you to know. Before you punch it out, I want you to really look and make sure you have that perfectly centered in there. And I hope my hair doesn't end up in the camera because I got to lean over just a little bit. I want to make sure I get that perfectly centered. And let me show you why. Because it's going to leave a little outline right there. I love that. I love that it leaves an outline because I could just stamp right in here and I have a real pretty tag. We're going to be using this on our next card. But I've got that one done. So now let's come in with the white cardstock from our flashcard. And we're going to stamp the same tag right here in white, okay? Or on the white, but in this Smoky Slate. So we've got that one. Now let's come in. We're going to go ahead and fill in these tags. So I'm going to make the white one. I want that to be the Happy New Baby. And I do have these stamps together again. And then I'm going to take the Eat Cake one, and I do have that one separated. You'll see why here in just a second. I'm going to stamp Eat Cake again in Smoky Slate down there, but I'm going to take the cake slice itself and I'm just going to stamp it up here at the top. Now we're ready to do a little coloring. So let me come in. I've got 3 markers. I'm going to be using Daffodil Delight, Pink Pirouette, and Pumpkin Pie. So we're going to start, let's go ahead and start with our sweet little duck. Very simple, guys. We're just going to take our Stampin' Right marker and let's make our little ducky yellow because, you know, duckies are yellow. So we've got that one. We're going to take her little beak there, and it needs to be in Pumpkin Pie. Gives a nice little splash of color. And I am going to do one little thing here. The eye there in gray is just a little dull. So I'm going to come in with my journaling marker and just give that eyeball a little pop there. Okay, that looks awesome. Let's now come in with our punch again. And we're going to give this little guy a punch right there. Okay, now with the cake, we're going to just color in the cake right here with the pink Pirouette. Let's get the middle of the cake. Very pretty. Now I had that Daffodil Delight out, so let's go ahead and color the candle and the flame. And this one, we are actually going to fussy cut. Now, I know you guys aren't a fan of the fussy cutting, but you know what? Look how easy this one is to cut. You kind of have some harsh edges. So the only thing that's really, quote, difficult to fussy cut is that flame right there. And it's really not that bad. We're just going to go around that. And as I said, these just have nice, hard edges. That's it. Okay, easy enough, right? You guys are good? All right, well, let's take that. I've got some snail on the back of it, and we can take that cake and attach it right there. All right, so my tags are done. So let's go ahead now, and we're going to start to work on the card. Now, this baby card, I thought it just needed a little something. So I'm going to come in with the large polka dot embossing folder. I love this embossing folder, and there's something about it to me that just screams baby. So we're going to line it up, and what you're going to do is you're going to line up the edges of the embossing folder with the seam, the crease line that's in your card. So let's go run that through the Big Shot. All right, you can see we've got some great embossing on there. I've now got some snail on the back of my tag, and I'm just sliding it into that hole that's there so that when I pop it, look at that, everything lines up just right. Very, very cute. Needed one last little thing. I've got about 10 inches of some Daffodil Delight seam binding. Guys, what I love about this seam binding is that it lays nice and flat for mailing, so it's really great for mailing cards because it doesn't add a lot of bulk, but boy, look at that pop of color it gives. I love it. So we're just going to add a simple square knot there to the side. Let me take my ribbon scissors and trim it down. Got to make it look cute. There we go. So we've got one card done. Awesome. Okay, let's do our next one. I have got the Whisper White here. I've got my edges that are all trimmed. We're just going to attach it right here up at the top of my card. That's simple enough, right? Now, oh, you know what? I put that down and I shouldn't have. So sorry. We're going to fix that. I have got about, 7 inches here of some pink Pirouette seam binding. Can't believe I put that down before I should have. Don't anyone listen to me. That's just the Sudafed talking. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to tuck that in there. You guys, I make mistakes too. In fact, I probably make more than I'd care to talk about. But we're just going to lift that on the other side. It happens. You know, this is what's great. Paper can be very, very, very forgiving. So we're just going to lift that. All right, we're going to be able to make this work. So we can just tuck that underneath there. See, it's all good. Yes, these things happen. Okay, I have now got just a pink Pirouette little piece of ribbon here. I'm going to grab a mini glue dot. We'll just stick that on there. And guys, I'm just going to put it, actually, you know what? I forgot I'm going to do one other thing. Let me grab a mini glue dot right here. And I'm going to put it right here in the center. And I think you can see here, I'm just kind of pinching the center of that because I want this to look like I tied it. Now, some of you might be going, why didn't you just tie it? Because I am not very good at tying really pretty ribbons coming up and around and sideways and which ways. So I really like to do it that way, but giving that little pinch, it kind of sets it off nicely and makes it look like it's tied. I'm going to go ahead and take another mini glue dot for my tag. We're just going to pop that right there. Isn't that sweet? Now, I thought it needed one more little thing, so let's come back in with the piece of cake just down there in the corner, and we can just very quickly come in, give that another quick color with the pink Pirouette so it matches the front. One more with the yellow so I can say that it's officially done. There we go. All right, guys, I'm telling you, that is 2 flashcards in a flash, but we only used 1 set. What do you think? Oh, I hope you enjoyed those as much as I do. Listen, that one tag fits all is such a fantastic stamp set, and with the matching punch, oh, I love it. I love it. Listen, if you'd like to get your hands on that stamp set and that punch as well, one place, simplysimplestamping.com. There's an online order button for you up in the upper right-hand corner. Just click it. We'll get everything that you need shipped out right away. Now listen, if you love the idea of flashcards, but you don't love the idea of cutting, and most of us don't, that's kind of the least favorite part of paper crafting, you can also get flashcards to go. Check this out. Everything you need is cut, scored. The flashcard pieces are cut. You get the envelopes, everything you need so you can get to the fun part. You can find that also at simplysimplestamping.com. Just look right up there in the upper menu button and you're going to see flashcards to go. So check that out as well. Guys, I hope you liked these cards today, but be sure to come back tomorrow because I'm going to have 2 more cards for you using the one tag fits all stamp set. So be sure to join me then. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.